Hello, my name is Rob, and I am what you call a front-end specialist for my company. I am going to teach you today on how to do an alignment on a big rig. That's what I do for a living here. So we'll teach you how to adjust the tow, and if we need to adjust any other parts of the vehicle, I'll show you everything there is to do to check your vehicle out for alignment. First thing we got to do is put her up on the rack. So sit tight. Now that we got it all level and up on the rack, chalk the wheels, and we can begin the process. First thing we're going to do is jack it up in the air and get the wheels off the ground. Now it is important to try to get it level so that you have the same height on both sides. Next step, we're going to check air pressure in the tires, make sure that they're correct, and the condition of the tires to make sure that they're okay for traveling. It might be a little noisy in here, but now we're going to check the kingpins and the wheel bearings on this side. So hold on. And then we do the same check on the other side. Okay, after we did all the checks, the tie rod ends, kingpins, wheel bearings, everything was pretty smooth on this side. So we'll just attach our equipment. Now that we have the equipment attached, we're going to perform the run out for the BeeLine. That's the equipment I use, so we'll just do the run out. I go do the other side? Alrighty, now we can let her down and get the rest of our measurements. So here we go. Alright, now we're going to go take our measurements. Let me pause this for a second. Now I'll finish doing all my measurements. So this is the process. Alright, now I'm going to explain to you what's going on with the measurements up here. There's our run out readings. And what we have here, let's go to details. The toe is way off. The camber is not too bad. We can leave that alone. But our caster is a problem. We need to change this. We need more caster on the right side than we do the left side. We need this to be a negative 50. So now we've got to change the caster. So that means I have to put a caster wedge in there to change it all up. So let's get going on that. Okay. The first thing we got to do, what I did, I don't know if you can see this, but there it is. I cleaned up the threads so the bolts can be loosened up. We have to put a shim in the spring area to change the caster. So let me put you on pause and I'll loosen those up and then we'll get the tools to lift the spring. Okay, I got them all loose. Now we're going to install the equipment. So hold on. bring it so I can get in there and put a shim to make the caster correct. So I'll let you guys look at the gap that I made. Okay, so we're gonna go with a 1 degree shim. That should give us the correct caster. So hold on. Gonna go with a 1.5 degree shim. All right. Now we just tighten up the bolts and hopefully that's the right one. If not, we'll do it all over again. Put a little lube on it. Now we retake our reading. So I'm going to put you on pause, clean my screen, and we'll come back. Okay, now we've added the caster shim. It was a 1.5 degree caster shim on the right side front axle. Now we're going to retake our reading. here we go. Alright, now let's go see what our results are. So if we go to details, we're going to see that we changed this number right here. But now it is in green. This number over here was before, and it looks like he would have had a pull way to the right. Now he should be going down the road straight, so that shim helped us tremendously, gave us the right amount of caster. So now we go and set the toe. We want that to be a plus 0.04. So I'm going to put you on hold and adjust everything, or I'll put you on hold for a minute, and I'll come back with the how to adjust the tie rod. Okay? Okay, coming under here to adjust the toe. Let's see everything. I'm going to be looking at that screen up there so I can see where my toe actually sits. So. Okay. I don't know if you can see it, but it looks like it's right where we need it. Let's tighten things up, do a couple more measurements, and we'll be almost done with the front. So I'm going to put you on hold for a second. Okay, we are at 0.04 positive. Perfect. That would include the front and alignment. Set this all on 0. So I know exactly where the front end is. be back to show you how to do the rear of the axles. We're going to adjust the rears to the front. Okay, I got all my tooling off the tires. Now I'm going to go square up the front, make sure everything's square before I do the rear. So everything's off, everything's ready to go. So we'll crawl back underneath the truck. And this is where we square it up to make sure we got it square. So the first I do is I measure from wheel to spring. And now we want to know if we're square on the frame. So U-bolt to spring front bolt. That tells me that the front is square. Now we can proceed to the back. Alright, adjusting the back is a little different than the front. They gave me these, I got these tools especially made to design to center the rear axle. So, see what that looks like. This goes on one of the nuts. Catcher. Tape measure. I can't do this with one hand, so I'm going to put you down for a second. I'm going to do this to both sides. I'm right at 11.5 to the rim. That's when I'm going to make the same measurement on both sides of the wheel. So now I'm going to run this all the way to the front. And since I have my front axle centered, I'm going with the center of the tire. 193 and about 1/4. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Here's the other side. About 11.5. 11.5, and then we'll run that down. Looking about 194 to 193 3/4. We want this really close to the other side, so we're going to have to adjust this. And on these trucks, it's pretty simple. So I'll show you how we do that. There's your adjuster bolt right there. So let me go get all my tools together and we'll be ready to adjust it. We have to release the brakes on this, put the wheel chocks on the back axle, because we're moving this whole axle. So we can have this axle freed up to move. So with the adjuster. So let me go get my tools. I'll be right back. Here we go. Have to move the axle forward just a hair to try and meet up with the measurements on the other side. Go retake our measurement to see if we moved it enough. Okay, I'm back, and the last part of this section is how to straighten a steering wheel on a Volvo. Well, it's quite simple. It takes a test drive or two, but as you can see, it's off about that much. So now I got to make it straight. So I'll show you how to do that. First off, we have to take off that bolt right there and break that loose, and your adjustment is on this one. So we'll break that loose, turn it in and out until we get the wheel straight, tighten it all back up, put it back together. So let me get my tools and we'll come back for this. Okay, I was wrong. We don't take it apart up here. We take it apart here. I knew that. Okay, I finally got that stubborn carter pin out. So what we're going to do is take this off. I loosen this so that this will turn. We're going to free that up to make it easy to turn by hand. That's how we adjust the steering wheel. So I'm going to free that. I'm going to take it off. I'll show you how to take it off, and then I'm going to unfree it. Okay. Just like that. Alright, I can't do this with one hand, so I'm going to have to figure something out. That should free it up to adjust it. So by turning that knuckle in and out, in turns the wheel to the right, screw it out, turns the wheel to the left. So that's how you adjust your steering wheel. Take it for a test drive, it's out. You crawl underneath the truck with it on the ground. You pull the knuckle off, have somebody in the cab turn the wheel straight. Then you screw the knuckle in or out to meet the hole that you took it out of. That's how you adjust the steering wheel on a Volvo. Hope you liked it.